What's on your mind if you guys heard about Atlantis? Is that a place where Aquaman lives? Is that a place where all the mermaids gather around? Or is it a lost sunken city? Well, you guys can find a lot of story about Atlantis in movies, internet, or comics, and many other. In this video right now, I'm gonna discuss a claim that say there is a sunken city in Cuba. We're gonna use 5 steps to identify this claim, and let's start with the hypothesis. So the hypothesis for this case is that the general structural complex for Cuban underwater formation is a sunken lost city. And there's also secondary hypothesis, which is the symmetrical and geometrical stone structures resembling an urban complex. And there are various pyramids and circular structure that made from granite. It will have taken like 50k years for such a structure to have sunken. And the last secondary hypothesis is it could have been an urban center down there because of the beautiful structure. Well, we're gonna use the if-then statement to test this secondary hypothesis. So if there is a symmetrical stone structure resembling an urban complex, then there should be a submariners that going deep to check out more further. If the structure have sunken for more than 50,000 years, then there should be a radiometric dating procedure to confirm how many years the structure have been sunken. If the sonar image found a various pyramid and circular structure made from massive granites, then it might be a possible of an ancient man-made architectural structure lying submerged underwater. And if there's like a urban center down there, there should be a humanoid living down there also. Yeah, I think that is so far the if-then statement that I found in this case, and we're gonna proceed for the negative evidence that I found in this case. So the first negative evidence that I found is no civilization living that long ago had ability to build such structure. I mean, can you imagine a caveman or Homo erectus build such a structure like that? I think it's impossible. Next, specialists in underwater archaeology at Florida State University say that the structure are out of time and out of place. And then it's too deep for human to live there. I mean, the world record that human who deep dive is 350 meter. And the total deep of the sunken city is about 750 meter. I think no human can survive that deep. And the last negative evidence that I got is a natural and volcanic activities can create the pyramids and the circular structure. Well, according to Andrews and Professor Michael Stamatics from Department of Geology at University of Athens, they explain that the disk and donut structure are typically of mineralization of hydrocarbon seep. So yeah, it actually is a natural geologic occurring phenomena. And for the pyramid structure, they can be formed by underwater volcano or hotspot in geological terms. I think it's a coincidence that the natural activities can create such building. It's pretty common down there. So is there any new hypothesis from the negative evidence? I would say yes. And the pyramid and circular structure is caused by geo activities under the sea. And I think there is no human that can live in 750 meter deep. And there is no advanced civilization that have ability to create such that structure. I think that's all for the hypothesis diagramming. Next, we're gonna proceed to the lying detector. So, where is the claim presented? The main source that it is assigned from this case is from Wikipedia. You guys know Wikipedia, it might be discussing about myth, about a fact, or mixed thing, and this Wikipedia source is not peer reviewed for this case. And who is making the claim? Are there experts? Actually, there are no one is making the claim that they found the sunken city, aka the Atlantis in Cuba, but there are several experts that took an expedition to check this phenomena. The first expert who investigated this site is Pauline Zaleski. She is a marine engineer and she used a sonar image to interpret the symmetrical and geometrical stone structure. So the next question is, how do they know? Do they use evidence? They use sonar image to interpret the symmetrical and geometrical stone structure. However, they haven't do a following up expedition to have a closer look to the site. Are there any other experts consulted? There are several experts who also investigate this case, such as Robert Ballard. He is a Navy officer and a professor of oceanography at University of Rhode Island. And there's also Manuel Iturrate. He's a Cuban geologist and paleontography. Based on their background, I think they are qualified to, to investigate this case because they have a strong background in their field, which is oceanography and also geologist. So, is there any evidence that the professional reached a similar conclusion? Well, the similar conclusion from those professionals is that they don't found enough evidence because they don't have enough accommodation, tools, technology to do more intensive expedition to this site. In fact, most of the scientists claim that this is a natural phenomenon. So, are you guys think this is a shell game? Well, I think this is not a shell game because they are not trying to distract our attention from an alternative explanation. Alrighty, let's proceed to the crab analysis. Currency. So I mainly use three sources to research this analysis, which is Wikipedia, the archaeologist.org, and the CNN article channel. The publication date for Wikipedia is 2 October 2012, and I think this information is kind of new because it was last updated 20 July 2023. And from the archaeologist.org, the last update is 25 March 2023. The CNN publication date and last update is June 3rd, 2016, which is 7 years ago. I think it's kind of old. So let's discuss the relevancy. So the main given source to analyze this case is Wikipedia. I also use other sources such as CNN and the archaeologist.org to support my research. Well, I can say both source is a popular source and both of these sources can answer my questions so far. What about the authority and the accuracy? Well, Wikipedia can be a valuable source of information, but its accuracy can vary depending on the topic and the quality of editing and the citation within a particular article. The authority of this case is still questionable, and I think it might not be 100% accurate. For CNN, I think CNN is a well-established and reputable news organization like any other news outlet, and the accuracy of its reporting can vary depending on the specific story, the journalist involved, and the editorial process. Well, the researcher in this article is Julian Andrews. She is a professor in environmental science. I think I can say she is a credible and accurate source that I can use. And archaeologist.org can be concluded to be a reputable source for archaeologists because it's a quarterly magazine produced by Chartered Institute for Archaeologists for its member, and I think this is credible and accurate source to use. Then, what is the purpose of this source? For Wikipedia, I think the purpose of the source is to inform, and the source is neutral because Wikipedia relies on a collaborative model of content creation where information is contributed and reviewed by a diverse community of volunteers around the world. For CNN, I think the purpose is to inform, and the source is kind of biased because they have an argumentative title since the beginning. And from archaeologist.com, I think the purpose of content is to educate, and their type of content is neutral. Okay, we're almost in the end of the video. So, any simpler explanation with fewer hypotheses, aka the Occam razors analysis? Well, based on an inadequate research and stronger new hypothesis, I can say that the rock formation in underwater of Cuba is a natural cause, and the sunken city is just a myth. And to summarize my conclusion, I think this is a pseudo-science, not a truth science claim. I think that's all from my video. Thank you for watching.